BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or Copperdoor.com.
Kenzie takes a touch. She'll have one shot to the right side, and it's good.
May takes the snap, hands it off to Helton. Similar play, similar result. This time a stiff arm gets Helton free. He's met at the goal line, but he's in.
With numbers, sends it into the circle. O'Donnell to Kylie, shot, score.
Oh, somebody's got to do it. So now the ball through. Benjamin with it. Left foot, right foot is good.
They have cleaned that up over the years a lot. Oh, nice block.
Snap, looks to pass. May rolls to his right, delivers to the end zone. Back in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Welcome to Bedford High School here on this beautiful fall night as we get ready to broadcast you the first round of the Boys Division I Soccer Championship this fall season in 2025. My name is Corey Munster Tiger here for the BCTV crew in the booth with Jay Abendroth. Jay, the Bulldogs come in undefeated, 12-0-4 on the season. They are in the 2 seed. They're taking on the Winnacunnet Warriors at 4-9-3. Thoughts on what we're going to see here this evening?
Yeah, I think we've seen a strong performance for Bedford all the way through the regular season, being undefeated, but they have had a few things to mind too. Especially in those ties, they really haven't been able to crack through and put pressure on the goalie. So I think it's going to be important to see if Bedford can really move the ball down, get shots on goal, and if Winnacunnet, kind of knowing Bedford's offense, could potentially just pack it in, park the bus, as they say, and try to keep the ball away. So it'll be interesting to see how Bedford can push forward.
40 minutes on the board. You saw the bracket flashed up there. We'll visit that again throughout this first half as we are ready for kickoff. Standing at midfield, we have captain, number 10, Ali Mirza, the senior forward, just a goal-scoring machine for the Bulldogs this year. Standing next to him, Gabe Teixeira, also a senior forward. Again, powering the offense for the Bulldogs, and we are underway. Sure, in the first few minutes here, we'll see the teams feel each other out, get into the flow of things, but who knows, maybe we see some fireworks early.
Yeah, and we see here, I think, senior captain Evan Hoey, I believe the insight is he's a little banged up, nicked up, so Lucas Jurek taking over in the back. But interesting to see the start for Bedford, see if they can keep it down in the Winnacunnet half for most of this first possession.
That is senior Lucas Jurek, normally playing midfield position, and the Bulldogs right away with a shot on goal. Trickles in. Not much of an opportunity there. I believe that was Caden Santerre from his midfield position here. Jurek comes up, volleys it high and into the Winnacunnet end.
Yeah,
appreciate everybody joining us here this evening on BCTV's channels 8 and 1072.
Yeah, we see this here too, is the team's trying to settle in, kind of trading jabs a bit. It's a big game for the seniors. They kind of know it's a win or go home, a little different than from the regular season. That can also play a little bit of havoc on the psyche as you come into this game. So I think it's the first team that's going to be able to settle down, possess the ball, string together some passes is absolutely going to have the upper hand in the beginning of this game.
A little urgency with this one, as those butterflies might be a little bit stronger than usual. Getting these teams underway. It is the state tournament here, and just the first round as Winnacunnet earns a corner kick. Low liner gets cleared away by the Bulldogs.
I feel like this is the point in the broadcast where you pull up the Jim Mora playoffs. Playoffs.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but it's that time of year. You can feel it in the air. It's playoff time.
The rest of that quote, if you recall, we can't win a game. You're talking about the playoffs. Love it. Ball served deeply here for Ali Mirza. Along that left wing, looking to make a move. Scoots ahead, gets by his man into the side of the net. Good opportunity there for Mirza, trying to get the Bulldogs on the board early. The defender funneled him to the outside nicely and cut down that angle.
Yeah, in case anybody didn't know, watching Bedford soccer, he's pretty good. He's pretty quick once he gets the ball on foot, and we see it again there. Ball out to the side, kind of harmless it seemed, but with his speed, he was able to turn it and didn't quite get the hips around and get it on goal, but really good start for him getting a touch on the ball towards net.
Sully Duffy with the goal kick from his end, starting in net for the Warriors. That was over this near side touchline, so it will be a throw for the Warriors. Nate Dillon, captain, will toss it back to Beckett Rath. Throws it in, looking for Curran Tabor. Can't make the connection. Forward for Teixeira, he's fouled. As Rath, a little too physical there as the ball arrived.
And we see here too, Bedford on this restart is they're going to have to redo it again from a spot, but see Bedford starting with the two strikers. Sometimes they'll go back and pack up the midfield, but I think they're really looking, Coach Pepper here and Coach Diaz, looking to get on the board early, set the tone with the two strikers up front, kind of playing three behind and crowd out the midfield. It'll really be important for them to gain possession and keep it in the midfield and push it forward in this formation.
Normally that four back positions likely affected by Hoey's injury, but also, as you say, trying to get forward and put the pressure on this defense. Teixeira, nifty moves, service into the middle. Santerre has an opportunity, great save there by Duffy. Reaction save, leaning to his right, got a hand on it, but this Bulldog offense still putting pressure, keeping it deep in this end, as Harrington tries to prevent any counter strike here by the Warriors.
Yeah, we see that there. Maybe perhaps when we get a stoppage, we can see the capability and the footwork on display here by Bedford. It was really nice in-tight passing by Teixeira and Santerre at the end there. Fortunate, great save by the goalie, but really nice movement as they get on the attack again here down the right side.
Santerre leaves it back, working with Lafferty. Lafferty in the corner. Forward deeper in the corner. Now back to Santerre. Nice play there by the defender, Rath, to get a foot in. And now the Warriors back out on the break. Harrington shields that ball away from Dillon. Far side Tennant. And now McComish. Cuts it back into the middle. Tennant will calm things down. Give it back to Jurek.
Yeah, we see Teixeira too, really working hard, high work rate coming back into the midfield to get that as a forward. I think that's going to bode well for the team here too. Really string together the passes between midfield and forwards. I'd like to see him hustling the senior.
Duffy with the kick from his own end. A couple big bounces. And cleared forward by Jurek. Nice touch on for Teixeira. Mirza sets him free, tries to cut into the middle and get the angle. Duffy is forced to make a save there, as Teixeira just put the pressure on, got a deflection, tried to get it back on his foot for a real shot, but not really the best opportunity. Still putting pressure on Sully Duffy back there for the Warriors.
Yeah, that's two seniors. Ali Mirza with, I will dare say, an elite touch, just being able to catch that out of the air and put it exactly where Teixeira needed to have it for the break there. A little bit unfortunate on the first touch by Teixeira, but great movement between the two seniors.
Yeah, I don't mind that dare. Dare to be great here, Jay.
That's right.
I appreciate it.
With the thesaurus out here.
First touch on the evening for Tucker Brannigan. Back in net for the Bulldogs. Near side Lafferty now. In the middle for Jacobson. All the way back for Brannigan again. As the Bulldogs try to build from the back. Tennant on that left D wing. Nice ball forward here. Now the Bulldogs back putting pressure. Lafferty through the middle, dispossessed. But right there in a good spot was Jacobson.
Yeah, we see here some good passing as this game kind of opens up a little bit. We see Bedford really trying to use the corners, use the wings to get it down, and then here we see some chaos in the box. And I think that's the game plan, is use the wings to get the ball in, attack from the angles, as we've said in the past, and really let those forwards run wild and run free.
McComish serving that ball into the middle nicely from that left wing. He's playing it into a dangerous area, trying to get his forwards to run onto it, and now a service from Lafferty. Through the area. Offside. Pull. Duffy there. Teixeira got to his strong right foot, but couldn't get good lumber on it. And now with the counter strike, Nate Dillon along this left wing. Slows up. Good hezzy there and earns the corner kick for the Warriors. Yeah. Second corner on the evening for Winnacunnet.
Yeah, there, number 7, Nate Dillon, really nice individual effort. Didn't look like much was going to happen when he got the ball at half field, but able to get the ball, push it himself, and get a corner. We see
right-footed in swinger, backside. They had an opportunity. The Bulldogs recover nicely, and now Mirza will break it out. Long ball ahead for Teixeira. Official with a slow play there, playing the advantage, and finally does make the call as Teixeira was upended. And the Bulldogs will have a free kick just over midfield.
Nice casual whistle by the referees. I like that, seeing if the advantage was to be had there. Made the right call.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah. Just about 10 minutes into this game, still 0-0. Wow, they're pushing them farther back. I think they lost about 10 yards on that call.
Yeah. And they gained it right back there in the reset. So.
Tennant serves it in. Mirza gets it on his foot, takes a shot. Now McComish serves it into the box. Dangerous area, and Winnacunnet clears it out.
Yeah, another great opportunity for Bedford, getting the ball into the middle. Unfortunately for them, and fortunately for Winnacunnet, not too many people crashing against the ball. Winnacunnet able to clear.
The Warriors try to build to their side. Can't complete the fat passes. Unfortunately, find the Bedford feet instead of their own teammates. And Harrington plays it back to Jurich. Tennant up that left wing to McComish. He'll put some pressure on. Nice defense there, playing the ball nicely. Ethan Roy on that right back position. Now Dillon has it tipped away.
Yeah, nice track back there by Lafferty. Took the Winnacunnet player by surprise, and again, that's I think what we're going to have to see is people tracking back to the ball to make sure that they are taking away an advantage from Winnacunnet as they move up the field.
Get a call here on the Bulldogs. Warriors try to flip the field a little bit here. They'll have a free kick just shy of midfield, and Duffy comes way out of his goal. Try to serve this in and possibly have an opportunity for the Warriors strikers.
This is where, as a goalie, you're thinking assist, right? Isn't there is there anything else on your mind at this point?
Oh, you range forward. You want somebody to get on the other end of it. Nate Dillon does get on the other end of it, glances it off of his head, but it falls harmlessly over the end line for a goal kick, where Brannigan will take it. Takes it quickly out to his right to Harrington. Ooh, miscommunication here.
My ball, your ball.
Curran Tabor was running down, applying pressure. Mirza, nice change of direction here. Tries to trip up the defenders. Lefty shot, Duffy is there. Some good saves early from Sully Duffy, the senior captain goalkeeper. That one was directly at him, but good reactions give him the possession. No rebound. We see on the replay here. This cut here right to the left for Mirza, putting pressure on that defense, getting to the outside. His strong left foot gets solid contact on it. A good strike, but it's right at Duffy, so he's able to make that save.
Yeah, and credit to the Winnacunnet defense. That play started in the middle, and really when Mirza hit, he was actually outside the interior box there. So really nice funneling of the defensive player to make sure that that was such a low angle shot. The goalie really didn't have to cover off too much angle. So we've seen that a couple times here for Bedford, and Winnacunnet with some nice defense. Really like to see Bedford try to attack from the front here, see if they can get some better angled shots.
Jurek tried to play it ahead for Lafferty, but coming up was midfielder Beckett Rath, disrupting that connection. All the way back to Brannigan. He'll spin it ahead for himself. Tee off on it. Gets it over midfield. McComish chases it down on that far sideline.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a big night for the Bedford seniors. I think when all said and done, they got 6 or 7 that start, and so very heavy senior-laden team. I think that should serve them well here in the early goings of this game, kind of keeping things, and we see it, keeping calm, playing their game. I am interested, though, as the minutes stick away here in the first half. Love to see Bedford get something poked by the goalie and really start to get some momentum on their side.
At what point do they feel more urgency than necessary and start pressing? When they start making some maybe ill-advised choices, maybe trying to push too hard for that early tally?
Yeah, it's a hard thing about this type of offense, which I think is a fantastic type of offense, really exciting, really fun, but it lends itself to a build, as you've said in the past, right? You got to string together the passes, and so you have to make sure you're not pressing too hard in the midfield with those passes. But right about here, as we see Mirza getting down, this is where you have to press hard.
Lafferty back up to Mirza, right wing. Service in the middle. Nicely job to cut it off. Volleyed Santerre just high. Goes off the football crossbar. And that tells you how close that was to the soccer goal. Nice play there as Mirza served it in far side. Teixeira volleyed it back to the open Santerre, and his volley was just too high.
Yeah, I think that's one of those ones he'd love back. He was almost too open. Maybe could have even taken a touch and brought it down, but nonetheless, nice play, nice volley, nice movement, and again, can't be upset about the fact that balls are going towards the frame, and if Bedford keeps that up, one of these is going to pass through.
Grayson Howley getting a touch there. Now Lafferty shielding the defender off nicely. He earns the free kick, and the Bulldogs start it quickly. Jacobson all the way across. McComish now dances, tries to keep the ball away from the defender, shielding him off. Near side now, Harrington. Tennant volleys it forward, looking for Mirza. Headed out and away. They try to jam it back forward for Mirza, but that is intercepted. Howley now. Lafferty takes a touch, cuts back to the middle. Santerre now. Mirza in the box, working to get free. Can't quite get the shot. Coming in, though. Teixeira gets that right boot on it. And again, right at Sully Duffy. Duffy with some good early saves here, keeping this Warrior team in it. However, he's really been challenged maybe once on that early one. Quick reaction, diving save to his right. These others have been right at him. Still true to the task and making solid saves as the Bulldogs offense continues to pressure.
Yes, intense moments there for Winnacunnet. That ball seemed to be in Bedford's possession for way too long for Winnacunnet's liking, and for it not to go in the goal. Unlucky again. Santerre was there, had a boot on the ball, or perhaps that was Teixeira, and just not quite getting it full strength. But again, good signs for Bedford. Love to see him put one back in the back of the net.
Good tackle here by Harrington. Got the foot on it. Clean play. And now not coming back for the ball. The Bulldogs yield to Beckett Rath. Forward now, Nate Dillon. They'll price some pressure. Little give and go. Nice 1-2. Coming out of his net, Brannigan gets a foot on it. Beautiful play by Brannigan, saves a goal there. Now goes into the corner, hits off that corner flag and out for a Bedford throw. But that was some trouble there as the Warriors connected a few passes and nearly poked one through.
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't say it. It was really Dylan started that 1-on-4 going in, but with just 2 people and some really nice pinpoint passing, they were able to run through the Bedford defense. And again, that's the thing about this playoff soccer. Anything can happen. You get a team that's 4-9-3 in Winnacunnet playing the 2nd seed, and a goal's a goal. It doesn't matter anymore. So love to see on the counter here Bedford trying to get some scores.
Mirza again gets to that strong left foot, destroys the ball. Solid strike again directly at Sully Duffy. He's there, makes the save. Glances out off of him. The Bulldogs have their first corner of the evening. 22 minutes left in this first half. We're still knotted at 0. Right foot in swinger. Gobbled up by Duffy. Close to that near post. Relatively easy play for Duffy as he came forward and secured it with 2 hands.
Yeah, it's funny. We were doing the girls' game yesterday, and one of the things we were talking about there was just the quality of their service in from the corner was great. And I think that's something that the boys' team here would love to have. Really, finding heads when those crosses versus letting the ball kind of harmlessly go into the goalie's hands. That's an important. You work hard to get that set piece. Love to see some great service coming in the future here.
Good ball ahead for Teixeira. He's on it. Shot, score. Teixeira broke free. Beautiful service by senior captain Mirza. And the Bulldogs go up 1-0. 21-26 left here in this first half. We see the replay. Nice play forward. Teixeira, 2 touches from Mirza. Sets Teixeira free. And the Bulldogs strike first.
Yeah, what a pass from Mirza. I think that had a little bit of backspin, a little English. It just kind of sat there, right? Like a nice pitching wedge into the pin to just stop, and gave Teixeira all the options. Get a touch, look up, see where the goalie is, and just kick it where he isn't. Pretty simple soccer.
And that's absolutely true. He did have some time to pick his corner. Buried low right.
The number 11, Gabe Teixeira.
Bulldogs, again, up early.
Yeah, and you remember this, Corey, from your playing days. That's one of those ones. First game in the playoffs, you kind of just say, okay, all right, we can do this. We haven't forgotten how to score. Now let's go, boys.
A little sigh of relief, I'm sure. Again, a 2:15 matchup here. So the Bulldogs highly favored in this one. DraftKings has them at a 2.5.
That's right. Vegas I saw them up until game time changing the odds. So
yeah.
A lot of speculation on this one.
We probably shouldn't joke about that, given some recent NBA issues. Yeah. But anyway.
I think the injury report was published on time. Yeah. Inaccurate.
No forewarning about Evan Hoey not getting some playing time. Anyway, the Bulldogs up 1-0. Lafferty near side, and they will continue to put pressure on. He tries to get to the outside. Rath funnels him off near side. Nice job by Beckett Rath, the senior defender. Using his body, shielding it off. Referee would be really hard pressed to call a foul there, especially since they were in the box. And the Warriors earn a goal kick. Duffy will clear it off the backside. Just under 20 minutes left here in the first half. The Bulldogs ahead 1-0. Duffy, nice job on that goal kick. Out past midfield. McComish there, I believe, will be. No, that's not McComish. Yeah. That's Jurek.
Yeah, younger Dom Jurek getting up in the air, helicopter, getting those head balls. Unfortunately, had his arm up on the shoulder, but nice fighting for those balls up in the air.
In on the substitution. Getting some run on that left side.
Yeah, it looks like they snuck that one in. It looks like Dom Jurek came in for Garrett McComish. Give him a breather. Been doing some nice work on the left-hand side.
Service here, Dylan looking for teammates in the penalty area. Can't quite find possession, and Mirza, like a foul behind the play. Tough shot there. Ooh, they're gonna call it despite Teixeira having a potential there. That's one of those ones where you might like to see him play. Looked like Santerre was the one that took a shot right to the chest. Explaining to the referee that he took a little forearm or elbow right to the chest, and now Bulldogs are going to go all the way back about halfway to their 18. Tough one there.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him a drop, it seems. No foul, just a drop. Kind of like that. The ref came over and said, "What's wrong with you? What happened?"
Well, dude, I got jabbed in the chest here, and it didn't tickle. So that drop goes for Harrington. Gives it back for Lucas Jurich. He'll play it far side for Tennant.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to amount to nothing, but you were saying, I mean, we went from Bedford having the advantage down almost outside the box of Winnacunnet to a drop that had Winnacunnet defending Bedford almost at their box. So a little bit of a change in pitch there, but Bedford looking to get over that.
Nice slide tackle there by David Cousseau. For the Warriors, they serve it in. High lofting ball, a little scoop. Warriors threatening here, but it gets cleared off that 18-yard line by the Bulldog defense. Far side for Hale Dodier.
Yeah, and also this is one of the benefits, as we saw that flurry there near the box was pretty much harmless against Bedford, but with that 1-goal lead, not that they're packing it in, but they do have the opportunity to sink back and really react to what Winnacunnet throws at them, and it's a great advantage here early in the game to be able to play the numbers and put more back than Winnacunnet has coming forward and preserve that lead one, and then hopefully here as we see some counterattacks.
Winnacunnet earning some good possession there with several linked passes. Now Mirza on that far left wing getting bodied. Nice job by the defense. Keeping him to the outside. Clearing it away. That was Ethan Roy back there on that D wing.
Yeah, quite a bit of hand fighting between the two of them. I think it was even across, but surprised something wasn't called there by the referees. Again, like the call, like the no call, but it was starting to get on that edge of, a little bit of harm on both sides.
Here's a little back heel. Santerre tries to find some space. Poked over the end line. Corner kick for the Bulldogs. That's their second of this first half.
Yeah, and I think, again, an example of where Bedford has shown all season and continues is that tight quarters, dribbling and passing. We saw a back heel, and then really Santerre with the ball on a string, able to keep it and run through the box, as Teixeira, another one, does a great job with some nifty footwork and just misses the goal. But Bedford really starting to show their skill here.
Short corner, I'm not a huge fan, but they had an opportunity there as we see on the replay. Nice pullback here by Teixeira, avoids the defender, nifty footwork, tries to hammer it past Duffy, and it goes wide to the right side.
That's one where if you're Teixeira, I think young Grayson Howley was at the middle of the goal. He says, throw whatever you can at it, doesn't matter. A foot, a head, an elbow, I don't care.
Come on, get on it. Jurich shields off Hale Dodier. And now back for the big center back. We'll explore the left side with Tennant.
Yeah, that's something with Evan Hoey out, who's been a mainstay for this Bedford Bulldogs team. Having the luxury of having a Lucas Jurich in the back is fantastic because he's a long, rangy defender. And like you said, it kind of makes it look easy as he shields off smaller players and keeps possession. So nice luxury for Bedford to be able to rotate people through without much change to their gameplay.
Possession with him once again. Logan Tennant on that far side, senior defender, really providing solid play on that side throughout the regular season. Mirza with an opportunity here. Dangles. I believe Duffy got a hand on that. Yeah, he did, and it's going to be another corner for the Bulldogs. Mirza just so shifty once he gets that ball at his feet, able to keep possession, make moves, get to his strong side with that quirky but effective way of making space for himself, and now the Bulldogs with another corner.
Yeah, credit to Duffy, the goalkeeper there for Winnacunnet. He's standing on his head, to use a hockey term. Just incredible in this first half, keeping the ball out of the net.
Good service there for the Bulldogs, and now they earn another corner. The height of Jurich providing a great target inside. Lucas Jurich ranging forward from that center back position and trying to take advantage of that long frame that we've talked about earlier. Santerre will take the corner near side. Right footer, out swinger. Gets to that back post, a head on it, just too high.
Yeah, I think that was Nick Harrington up there from the defensive slot. Got a head on it, and I think just couldn't bring it down to the ground. Nice try. Again, I did say earlier that the service of the balls has been getting a lot better even in this game, where the wings are finding heads, not airmailing it. Love to see that get better, and that's going to create an advantage for Bedford.
Now, in your playing days, as you were taking corners, Mirza looked like he might have been off, but no call. They put pressure back on. Santerre near side. Gobbled up by the defender. Lafferty to the middle. One touch, two touch, Jacobson. Good strike, but too high. In your playing days, when you were taking those corners, what was your aiming spot? Is it the 6-yard box or a little bit farther out towards the penalty area? What are you aiming for?
Yeah, I think it depends on who, and this is a long time ago, so I got to think, but it depends on who you have up there. But to be honest, I really like the driven ball about 2 yards out from the goalie with a shielded goalie, and then it's just all-out mayhem trying to get something on, some appendage on the ball to try to redirect. But I think, to me, the driven ball is the one, unless you have athletes that can jump over people like a Urick or a Harrington, you got to get a driven ball in there and just create some deflections, because that's where the goals come from.
Yeah, with those tall, rangy bodies, you might go for those lofted little floaters that are looking for those 6'2", 6'4" frames. If you have that height advantage, it's a different strategy. Long ball here by Duffy. Wow. Good opportunity. Brannigan comes
He's
out.
Thinking about, I think he was thinking about a shot here, Brannigan. He's goalie on goalie violence.
Not quite as easy as a lacrosse ball to chuck it 100 yards, but why not? Why not have a look? Harrington now back to Brannigan as they will start things over.
They talk about in football a quarterback can have a live arm. Duffy's got a live right foot. That had some sauce on it.
Sure did. I believe that was shy of midfield, and that was a threat on the cage. So beautiful ball forward by Sully Duffy, the senior goalkeeper and captain for the Warriors. Good hustle there by Beckett Rath, ranging forward, being physical, challenging every ball as possible.
Thank you.
Ooh. Looked like that was a Bedford throw, but they award it to the Warriors.
Yeah, we see Urick again, big frame. Nothing to Winnacunnet attack on number 4. Let's see Branston Lark. Nothing he could do but run up the back of Urick. Good patience there by Urick, and a free kick for Bedford going the other way.
Harrington, low liner into the middle, picked off by Nate Dillon. Tries out to that right wing, but Tennant is there. Logan Tennant pokes it away. Avoids trouble for now. Far side throw in for the Warriors. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the first half. The Bulldogs lead 1-0. Beautiful ball served forward by Ali Mirza and finished by Gabe Teixeira. Put the Bulldogs ahead with just over 21 minutes to go here in this first half.
Yeah, as we get here, 10 minutes left, it's an important time for Bedford to make sure that they stem any tide that Winnacunnet is trying to build, and keep control is number one, and then get the counterattacks going, because this is momentum for the second half as we see the ball bounce through the box, which is never a good thing.
Dillon took that, the captain, junior captain, from that far side. And yes, right through a dangerous area, right near the penalty mark. in the Bedford defensive end. And luckily for the Bulldogs, none of the Warriors were able to get, like you said, an appendage, a knee, a foot, a hip, a shoulder, a head, whatever it was. It floated through somewhat harmlessly as Brannigan clears it out with the goal kick.
Yeah, and a lot of the goals we see here, you know, a majority of them have the same hallmarks. We said this in the girls' games as well. It's goalie off their line, ball bouncing in the box, and just someone has the wherewithal to bury it. And that's really a great equalizer on that free kick to see who can create that type of chaos. And as we see again, Brannigan off his line, but really determined and sure of his move there to pick up the ball and stop a goal.
Bulldogs will take a foul and reset things. Great opportunity there for the Warriors, and Brannigan has had to come through a couple times here in this first half with some saves and disruptions of Warrior opportunities. Quick score update for the other Division I soccer game going on in this first round. Londonderry is up 1-0 on Memorial in that 7-10 matchup. That is who the Bulldogs will face if they advance past Winnacunnet this evening. On Saturday, they will play that game versus the winner of that Londonderry Memorial matchup. Just over 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Bulldogs ahead 1-0. And out of bounds here on the near sideline, so the Winnacunnet Warriors will have a throw in. Substitution here as Beckett Rath will head out.
Yeah, both teams seem to be content to, very few, running with the starting lineups, very few substitutions. Kind of the Bedford side, they understand that their wings they ask a lot of as they run up and down, so a little bit of movement there. Same with one or two subs on Winnacunnet, but for the most part, it's the starters in here trying to hold down the fort for both teams.
Oscar Fritz making an appearance here at left outside back for the Warriors. Bulldogs trying that left wing, seeing what they can do. Play on opportunity as it looked like Santerre went down again. I believe this is Urick. Oh, that was McComish who was back in. The officials will stop the clock momentarily. Again, behind the play, Santerre took a shot. No foul called, as I believe there was advantage. So Urick plays to the side. Harrington into the middle for Howley. Jacobson, as the Bulldogs were connecting some passes, disrupted momentarily, and now they get back at it. Santerre forward for Mirza.
And that's something, it's little, but we've seen a couple times where these referees, even if there's a player down, they're actually willing to blow the whistle and stop a Bedford rush. So Bedford just has to be a little bit wary of that to make sure that they're not creating a distraction when they have a scoring opportunity down by the goal.
McComish takes a foul on that far side. So the Warriors will have an opportunity, and again, we'll see Duffy range all the way forward from his goal. Ball placed right on the midfield line. And we've seen these be threatening situations for the Bulldogs. Another long one served into the box, too long. As it goes right into Tucker Brannigan's basket. Grabs it and sprawls out on the ground as he keeps that ball to safety and now looks for an outlet. He'll punt it away.
Yeah, it's funny, Corey, you had me thinking about it. I got the pleasure when I was a young buck to play with a guy who played on the national teams in the under 16, under 18. He was on my high school team. So you were asking me about what we did on a corner. We basically just said, Josh, do whatever you want.
What you do.
We were blunt instruments, and we just ran to the ball.
Santerre here weaves in and out of traffic, gets a good right foot on it, low burner, and Duffy is there. It looked like it had highs for that left post, that far post, but Duffy sprawled out and made another save.
A booming kick by Duffy.
Big leg for the young man back there.
We got an NFL punter here.
Nice cut back there by Dom Urick. The Warriors try to connect some passes now. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 1-0 is your score. Teixeira, the goal scorer from Mirza, in the 19th or 20th minute, just about halfway through this first half.
Work the line, boys.
Nice head ball there by Dom Urich. I think he took that off the ear. That never feels good, but nice job keeping that away from any harm. Again, we see some of those backs and those wings and forwards tracking back. That's going to be a really solid foundation for Bedford as they look to finish this half and go into the second. If they can keep that up, they've got a really strong opportunity to not only hold this to 0, but then counterattack as we see here.
Teixeira ahead, Duffy off his line. We'll take a quick look at the bracket here for Division I in this first round. Nashua South, the #1 seed, earns a bye from this first round, automatically through to that quarterfinal. You see Exeter beat Goffstown 1-0 in that 8-9 matchup. Wyndham advanced past Nashua North, scored 2-1 in that one. Merrimack 4-1 over Salem. Tough matchup there. Bishop Girton 2-0 over Pinkerton, and Hanover 4-1 over Keene. You could see all of the favored seeds have advanced in this first round.
Time, Oscar, time.
Again, Bedford, if they advance past Winnacunnet, will play the winner of Londonderry and Manchester Memorial. We saw that score as a 1-0 lead for Londonderry currently, with probably at least a half to play. And of course, your Bulldogs lead 1-0 here as we approach halftime. Lefty service here. Looked like it might have glanced out. No, it did not. So that will be a goal kick for Duffy. Brannigan better get ready with the leg on Sully Duffy. This kid's got a boot.
And a 90-yard field goal coming up.
I mean, for real. Takes his run up, gets a good strong boot in it. That's, a good 65 yards in the air.
And that was driven too. He meant to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
A sledgehammer for a foot.
Get that kid at least a little practice on a football field. See if he can get it through the uprights.
Conservatively, it's going to take me 4 kicks to make it that far, I think, at this point in my life.
4 kicks and a torn hammy later.
Exactly. Yeah, I didn't say it was going to be across 3 days. A lot of ice and stim.
Mirza will chase one down on that left wing. Gets possession, chased down by Braden Farias. Served in, Santerre, nice job with the run. And now looking back for Mirza, intercepted by the Warrior defense. They'll look to counter-strike. We're inside 2 minutes. The clock stops on the scoreboard. They'll keep it down on the field, as is the normal custom here in NHIAA soccer play. McComish tries to range forward. Now Mirza back on the ball. Settles. Serves it out wide. Santerre. Ahead. Into the middle. Mirza there. Finishes. 2-0 Bedford. And that really was a play by Santerre, pushing it to that outside on the left wing. Beautiful ball into the middle. Duffy got a hand on it, but Mirza chasing it down. Gets the easy finish, probably one of his easier finishes this season, as it bounced beautifully out to him, right foot, and buries. 2-0 Bedford Bulldogs.
Yeah, such a huge goal for Bedford. We're pretty much at the end of the first half, and again, a little bit of chaos. We talked about it. Bedford's had such great success maintaining possession within the box, but they haven't been able to get it back. Credit to Gabe Teixeira, too, for going after that rebound, and if it wasn't going to bounce back, I think he got a leg on it as well, at least to keep it bouncing in the box. And like you said, Mirza with one of the easier ones he's going to get.
Although it was his off foot, I'll have to give a little credit there. Finished righty, and now the Bulldogs another opportunity driven high and over the cage. McComish threatening again. I didn't see it on the replay. Did Teixeira get a foot on that? Would he get an assist there, or do we give that back to Santerre, or is it an unassist?
I'd say that Teixeira's a senior, and Santerre's a junior, so not that there's any bias into this scorekeeping, but.
So Teixeira with the assist. Appreciate your expert opinion there, Jay.
That's right. Yep. There's always got to be logic somewhere.
Teixeira and Mirza 1-1 each in this first half. We hear 2 whistles to indicate halftime. 2-0 lead for the Bulldogs in this 2-15 matchup. First round Division I bracket of this state championship. The Bulldogs will go to halftime with that lead. We'll take 10 minutes and rejoin you on the other side for second half action here from Bedford High School.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or Copperdoor.com.
And we're back here at Bedford High School in Bedford, New Hampshire, as we have the first round of this Division I bracket ongoing. Bedford Bulldogs lead 2-0 at halftime over the visiting Winnacunnet Warriors. Goals by Gabe Teixeira and Ali Mirza have put the Bulldogs ahead. Now they're going to have an opportunity right here off the break. Opening kickoff here for the second half, and Teixeira will draw a foul.
Yeah, I think that's just the tack-on effect of the goal late in the first half. Just a little pep in the step there. Teixeira with so much energy actually ran past the ball and forgot it to bring it along, but got the foul, got the harm, and let's see the first real set piece from Bedford in range. They've done a nice job at these, kind of slipping people out the side. Let's see what they have in store.
Teixeira, like a gazelle, he'll take the shot here. Duffy to his low left and makes the save. Good opportunity there. Nice play on the set piece by the Bulldogs. A little tip forward. Mirza runs over it. Tipped forward for Teixeira to start the play. Low liner to the right, and it was on frame. Ooh. And now the Warriors with an opportunity. Tough first touch, though. Puts Winnacunnet out of the running. They had a little break there, and a potential opportunity is wiped away by a strong first touch out to the right.
Yeah, I think that was Curran Tabor, number 11, the 10th grader, coming through with a head of steam. And that's what the counterattack will do, is that's what Bedford has to be wary of, is, you know, kind of one miscommunication or one ball going through gets them a one-on-one. Thankfully for Bedford, a touch goes awry, but really some back and forth action here as we start the second quarter. It's kind of like it's the playoffs.
Playoffs? Playoffs?
Kind of has that feel, doesn't it?
Tough ball there to handle for Grayson Howley, but he tips it to the far side. Lafferty will play it back. Urich, near side now. Here's McComish, forward for Teixeira. Good first touch, gives himself some time. Looking for the cutting Mirza. It's batted away by the Warriors. Logan Tennant will take the throw near side. See the replay here, a little heel edge there. Teixeira, low liner to the right side of the goal, but Duffy ranging to his left, able to get some paws on it. Keeps the margin at 2.
Yeah, I think as we saw that replay, Teixeira kind of had Duffy planted a little bit in the middle, a little bit more oomph on there. He needed the Duffy leg to get some hammer behind it, but really nice set play. And I think, too, as we see the start of this second half, we've seen Teixeira and Mirza really looking for each other. That's two seniors who played a lot together, giving Bedford a lot of great memories, but love to see him connect a few more times in this game and in the future.
Curran Tabor looking for some room here. Logan Tennant does nicely to dispossess and pushes it out of bounds near touchline. Warrior throw in. Here's Ethan Roy. Throws it into the box. Urich there, headed away harmlessly. Caden Santerre onto it for the Bulldogs. Santerre, nice ball forward for Mirza. Fending defenders off, still going forward. It trickles into Duffy, but he drew a crowd as Mirza, as he normally does, the offensive threat, drawing a triple team there.
And just the fact that he was able to keep that ball going, he had people draped all over him. Wasn't able to actually move the ball and direct the ball, but just keeping it going his way. A lot of strength there in Mirza.
Santerre onto it for the Bulldogs. Poked back all the way for Brannigan. Mirza looking forward. Teixeira onto it, back for Mirza. Right foot, back into the middle. Disrupted, now shot. Save, Duffy. Good save again, hard liner.
I think that was Urich there, young Dom Urich was, gosh, served up a bouncing ball, volley level. Unfortunately wasn't able to direct it away from Duffy there, the keeper, who did all he could just to bat it up in the air. Really nice save, and I think Urich would want that one back.
And Duffy, you know, kudos to him. His positioning has been phenomenal. He's right in the right spots. They are coming directly at him, but it takes a bit of knowledge to know where your feet should be set to cut down angles. We see on the replay here, a little bit of a bounding ball, aiming for that top right 90, and Duffy pops it up to himself and then gets control.
Yeah, and we've seen too, Bedford here has been going very direct at the Winnacunnet defense and seeing some definite inroads as they kind of crease down the middle, and those really touch passes between Mirza and Teixeira have been connecting. Really positive sign for Bedford as they start to want to continue to impress their will upon Winnacunnet.
A little over 34 minutes left here in this game. The Bulldogs lead 2-0. If the Bulldogs win this evening, they will go and take on the winner of the Londonderry Lancers and Memorial Crusaders. That game is actually ongoing right now. We saw the latest score was 1-0. Londonderry was ahead. Have not heard a recent update on that one in that 7-10 matchup. That quarterfinal game will be played on Saturday at noon. Santerre tries to get onto it, serves it in the middle. Mirza volleys, deflected away by a defender there as the Warriors were back in good position. Harrington serves it forward. We get a little bit of kickball here. It deflects out to Hale Dodier. Now McComish can't possess. It goes to Cale Gaspar. Harrington forward, Teixeira. Good first touch, slows things down, waits for his teammates to get forward. Harrington wide now. Dom Urich. Take a foul on that far side, and the Bulldogs will have a set piece out to the left of Sully Duffy, similar to a corner type situation here.
Yeah, nice job by Bedford to share there with the ball. Usually a guy that goes, but able to have a little bit of patience there as he gets the ball out to the side, and Urich able to get a set piece that unfortunately went away to the side of the frame without harm.
McComish with the header yields a goal kick for the Warriors. Next broadcast on BCTV is Friday, the girls soccer quarterfinal, as the girls will take on the Goffstown Grizzlies in a 4-5 matchup. That's at 3 p.m. on Friday. And then the grounds crew here will be hard at work flipping over the ice to get ready for the football game later that evening. That will start at 7 p.m. as the boys football team looks to close out an undefeated regular season against the Keene Blackbirds. Appropriate opponent on a Halloween evening. Quoth the Raven, nevermore.
Nevermore.
31 minutes and change left here in this game. The Bulldogs ahead 2-0. Again, goals in that first half by Teixeira from Mirza. beautiful ball served forward from Mirza. Little checkup. Teixeira ran onto it, buried low right. And then Mirza, with under 2 minutes left in that first half, capitalized on Caden Santerre moving down that left wing. Teixeira got a foot on it. Wink, wink. Bounced nicely out for Mirza. He finished righty. And the score is 2-0. Good corner there by the Warriors, but they can't run onto it. Volleyed forward by Howley. Braden Farias trying to get onto it for the Warriors. And now Christian Suni gets possession for the Warriors. Harrington all the way back for Brannigan. Yeah, tough one there as Santerre hit the deck again. He's been on the turf quite a bit this game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. Kind of got shed a little bit. You know, a little get off me.
Get off, get off. Little arm, little forearm, little upper arm. As Brannigan clears it off his line. Santerre brings it down. Out to the right. Teixeira has it go under his foot, but they'll chase it deep in that right corner.
Yeah, and we're seeing Bedford doing a really nice job with possession. This is kind of that lull in the game, right? We're seeing the back and forth, get the early jitters out. First 10 minutes matters, last 10 minutes matters. But this is, I think, something where Bedford can grind a bit, keep possession. That's as good as goals up to nothing. But I'll tell you, Corey, one lapse in defense, and Bedford's going to be looking at a tighter game, and I think that's really where the mental side of this comes in. The seniors have to come through and say, hey, goals are great, but goals against is absolutely not acceptable right now.
They say that 2-goal lead is the most dangerous one in sports. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would pull the goalie. No, yeah, it really is, because you think about the momentum is how do we all work, right? We work, hey, 2 is a lot, but if you get one more on the to make it 2-1, you think you have all the momentum, and it's just one more of those, whereas going from 2 to 3 definitely does feel like you start looking at the clock and saying, can I mount enough of a comeback with enough time on the clock ticking? So really important times here, and it's, again, about the playoffs. Every goal matters, but this is where the seniors have to come through and say, we've been here before. We're going to carry this home.
Ball served into the middle here.
What do you think?
Dom Urich with the header, gobbled up by Duffy. You know, part of me says that's kind of a garbage saying. You know, but there is some of that psyche that goes into it. It's not just, you know, it's a 2-goal lead, but it's how the team is playing with that 2-goal lead. If they're continuing to pound away like the Bulldogs are here, applying pressure, it's pretty solid. But you're right, it's just that one simple lapse that could draw this to 1 goal. Teixeira trying to get a solid shot on. He'll earn the corner for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, just to finalize that, I agree with you, because especially if you're in a position where Bedford is, where you feel like you're controlling the game, you feel like you are doing what you want, giving up a goal now would kind of say, hey, whoa, what the heck? 'Cause, you know, this isn't supposed to happen. We've been driving. So, again, we're not going to speak that into existence. We see a set piece again by Caden Santerre on the corner. Let's see what Bedford can put into the back of the net.
First corner of this half, gobbled up by Duffy, comes off his line, 2 hands high in the air, raises up for it. And now Logan Tennant with a massive head ball. You better check his concussions testing on that one. Yikes. Gets it forward. And again, this Bulldog offense just continues to press, looking for number 3. The first of this half, Mirza, double, triple, 5 defenders out there, quintuple teamed. Scoots to this far side. Warriors poke it forward. And now Howley, near side, Urich. Back for Urich. Looking far side, the run. Scoots all the way through the defense. And onto it, the Bulldogs get another opportunity. Ooh, tough shot there. Oh, and we're gonna get a PK.
Yeah, that one just had to happen. I think Bedford was mounting too much of an offensive attack. Santerre, again, with the footwork, was able to capture the ball. Lafferty got it into him right by the inside of the box there, and it was just all that Winnacunnet could do, and to run him off the ball, push him over, and we see Mirza at the spot.
See the replay as they build towards it. Ball is on that PK spot. Ali Mirza will take a nice job on that backside to keep it in play. Can't quite make out a number there.
That's Lafferty there with the pass into Santeri.
And yeah, that's just too obvious. Beckett Rath coming in physical, and Mirza buries as we get back to live action. Goes low left. Strong strike into that corner. Duffy had no chance. Mirza has the brace, and the Bulldogs are up 3-0.
Bedford goal by number 10, Ali.
Yeah, we see
Mirza.
the replay here. Mirza, Duffy has been standing on his head, but he needed to grow a few more inches there to get to that right hand, or his right to the left-hand corner. So really nice placement by Mirza. What happened? He did what he was supposed to do. Ball goes in the back. I will say, too, we've been talking about the wings really running and tracking back. There was another example of a cross from Urich, I think it was. Lafferty put in the effort, got down to the end line, and a ball that just as easily could have gone out of bounds and manufactured a goal. So good job on those wings on all sides for Bedford to keep the play alive.
Kudos to Devin Lafferty, the sophomore midfielder on that one, tracking it down, keeping it alive. Love to see that hustle play. And again, maybe that goes back to mindset. We were just talking about that 2-goal lead. Maybe you're like, it doesn't really matter if we give up a goal kick in this situation. Well, no. Lafferty kept up at it, and it was that mindset. What kind of mindset do you have with that 2-goal lead? Are you sitting back, or are you still pressing forward? And now we see these Bulldogs still pressing forward. They want more.
Yeah, and apologies if I called him Dylan Lafferty. I had maybe 90210 on my mind, but Devin Lafferty, really nice play there.
You know, honestly, I'm pretty sure he has a brother, Dylan Lafferty, that has graduated maybe a year or two ago.
I'll take it.
Basketball player.
Oh, we got confirmation from the box. There you go. That's what I must have been thinking about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what you were thinking.
Not 90210.
No. Definitely his brother. Kudos out to Dylan Lafferty, hoops player for the Bedford squad, but that was Devin Lafferty. And Bulldogs, again, with that 3-0 lead here with just over 25 to go in this second half. We can't say this was unexpected. Again, a number 2 versus a number 15 matchup. The Bulldogs coming in with an unblemished record, 12-0-4, with the Warriors coming in at 4-9-3. So, you know, obviously their records tell you a little something, but, you know, you did talk about it at the start of the broadcast. Anything can happen here. It's playoffs, jitters. Certainly you would normally see talent play out, and as we've seen throughout the rest of the bracket, the favored teams have all won in this opening round. So the seedings are usually pretty darn accurate. Maybe we could take a look at that bracket again as the Division I games have played out this afternoon. Again, Nashua South, the number 1 seed, the only one with a bye into that quarterfinal round. The 8-9 matchup, Exeter 1-0 over Goffstown, as Winnacunnet has a free kick here at midfield. Duffy again, huge ball right outside the 6-yard box. Looked like a Bedford defender got ahead on it.
Yeah,
Warrior throw in.
Effortless power by Duffy. I'm amazed.
Just strikes it so cleanly. And now we'll have a goal kick by the Bulldogs.
Would you say he's the Bryson DeChambeau of soccer?
Wow. Yeah. I don't know. Did he put on 50 pounds of solid muscle to try to hit massive goal kicks? I don't know. And now he's slimmed back down for accuracy?
Yeah.
Or is that
Big YouTube presence?
You know, for all the guff that he gets, I do like his presence. I like how he interacts with the fans. I'm pretty sure Sully Duffy does the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Just mashing the ball. The soccer ball fearfully sitting at the goal kick, waiting for Duffy to just destroy it.
I think we have seen too, jokes aside, Winnacunnet is trying to pressure more, and we're seeing them get the ball down more towards the Bedford box. We see a shot there. I think there's two hallmarks of that pressure. One, we're seeing a lot more bouncing balls. Usually when Bedford has possession, the ball's on the ground, it's hitting feet. Winnacunnet's getting the ball moving, but it's bouncing, and that actually is trouble sometimes for the Bedford defense. Kind of like hockey, right? A bouncing puck is a hard puck to defend. A bouncing ball in soccer is hard because that becomes 50-50. Coin toss, it can go either way. So I think look to Bedford to really get the ball back on the ground, go into feet, and take control a little bit here as Winnacunnet presses.
Perhaps look to get a little bit more solid possession, linking passes, finding feet, as you say, instead of space. Great job there by Jacobson tracking it down. Teixeira out to the wide right. Takes a few touches. Strikes Duffy again. Great positioning by Duffy. Deflects it high and away. And the Warriors clear it out of trouble. Quick throw now for the Bedford Bulldogs, and it's cleared again by the Warrior defense.
Yeah, yet again, Teixeira with great handle in there close, and all Duffy could do is stand tall and put his hands out and block that, but he was in the right place yet again. Good goalkeeping, and good clean attacking play on both sides. So
Bulldogs trying to build again in that midfield. Tracking back is Jacobson, earning possession for the Bulldogs. Harrington near side. Tennant into the middle. Santerre avoids one defender, serves it ahead. Mirza back into the middle, tips it far side. Teixeira cuts it, lefty, didn't get a good strike on it. Duffy is there.
Yeah, Gabe is definitely going to want that one back. Fantastic patience, was able to stop, get two defenders jumping in the air past him, didn't quite get the full foot on the leather.
Harrington now manning that center back position. Near side for Logan Tennant.
Yeah, and the defenders, as we talked about before, don't get all the credit all the time, but the fact that they can rotate people in, as we see Gavin Odell, a new entrant into the game, really strong defensive play, really all year, holding other teams to low goal counts. Tribute to that defense.
Got a foul on that far sideline. Could have been advantage, but the officials will blow it dead. Ticking down to 20 minutes left in this game. The Bulldogs ahead 3-0. Gabe Teixeira started off the scoring just about halfway through that first half. Beautiful feed ahead by Mirza. Teixeira picked that low right corner and finished. Teixeira returned the favor for Mirza, causing some chaos. It bounced out nicely for Mirza. Now he goes top right. It bounces off the uprights. Looking for that upper 90 and just off the post. So crafty is number 10. Couldn't quite get the Hattie there, but there are still 19 and a half minutes remaining, and the Bulldogs will have a corner. As you can see, stops it, chips it, tries to get it in that top right corner, and just inches off of his target.
Yeah, there are maximum effort goals, and we've seen Ali score. That would have been in the minimum effort with just the standing chop. Really unfortunate to not let that go in. Really pretty move.
Teixeira with the opportunity there. His sails too high. And again, that third goal, as I was doing that scoring review, the second on the day for Mirza, as a PK was awarded with 26:56 left here in the second half. Just under 19, 3-0 is the score. The Bulldogs ahead.
Yeah, as we talked about, we see a little bit of formation move. Number 24, Eddie Bishop, able to get in on the left-hand hash, give Dom Urich a little bit of time, and again, Gavin Odell back at right back. Good to see some of the depth of the Bedford bench come through here.
Injured player down, I believe, is Lafferty. Looks like he might have a calf cramp as they try to stretch him out. Somewhat chilly temperatures. I applaud many of these players in shorts and short sleeves in this cool New England evening. Likely down in the 40s. Score update from around Division 1. Last check, we had Londonderry 1-0. They are ahead 3-1 in the second half. We'll take a minute here to thank our underwriters. We at BCTV and WBNH would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Great New Hampshire Restaurants, T-Bones and the Copper Door. Always been phenomenal throughout this season, providing underwriting for this live sports coverage, so we appreciate them. Ball is dropped on that far side for the Bulldogs, back in possession. 18.5 to go here in this game. Logan Tennant sees it skip away from him, but he kicks it forward and off the incoming Warrior Dylan Zumbach. Tennant finds Jacobson ranging through the middle. Now he'll kick it forward, looking for Mirza, just a little shy though. David Cousseau with the header forward. Now Tennant disrupts. The Warriors almost have an opportunity there as Johnny Granger ranging on that right wing. Just a touch hard.
Yeah, I think we see Jeff Cotnoyer, the senior, coming in for young Devin Lafferty with the cramp. Good to see the senior Jeff with an opportunity here in playoff soccer.
Bishop hustling near side, earns the throw for the Warriors, for the Bulldogs.
Warriors.
Yeah. A little confused here. Teixeira will try to run this one down. Gets onto it, cuts it near side. Mirza's onto it. Lefty low to the right corner off the post to follow, and it's good. The Bulldogs in the right place at the right time. Cotnoir, and you can see the rest of the Bulldog teammates mobbing him in the corner. Love to see it there, as the senior defender usually is able to finish and put the Bulldogs up 4-0.
Yeah, fantastic play. I think that started with Gabe Teixeira. Ball was bouncing again, and he, willing to take on a little bit of contact, moved the defender off the ball and was able to get a foot on it. Mirza with a great shot off the post, and Cotnoir, sometimes the hardest thing to do is score on an open goal with a rebound like that. He was able to bury it, so great to see the senior, and rightfully the team goes over to mob him. Great opportunity for him to get on the stat sheets.
Beautiful play. Ends in the fourth goal on the evening for the Bulldogs. Logan Tennant clears it off that back line. Near side now for Bishop. Nice connection of passes here. As we go through that scoring sequence too, Teixeira, you thought he might play across the mouth, but he cut it back near side, anticipating the run for Mirza coming on that left side. As we hear the announcement here in the stadium of Cotnoir as the goal scorer, some boisterous cheers for the senior. Great to hear that. Brannigan now, it deflects off of Johnny Granger, and Granger will get the goal. Pressuring Brannigan back there on that back line. And now, Jay, let's harken back to 2 goals ago. Now, it's a 4-1 lead, but now let's just imagine that happens with a 2-goal lead, and now it's 2-1. That's not the case. But imagine, a couple of nervous sighs here in the stands if that was the case. 16-13 left, and The Warriors get a deflection off Granger, and it's 4-1.
Yeah, complete fluke there, and not to take anything away from Winnacunnet. Their player was in the right spot at the right time, but Tucker Brannigan just not anticipating that shot to go where it is, and just coincidentally, we see a goalie change. It was in the works prior, no issue there. But I feel for Tucker a little bit. Played such a stellar game. To have something like that go in and mark up the clean sheet is tough. However, as you said, it is still 4-1. They've got a little bit of cushion that they have earned, and so hope to see them here, get possession and get the ball going their way.
Silas Heiser in for Brannigan. As you said, it was in the works before that mishap, so it is not a punitive type situation.
But momentum is they call it Uncle Mo, right? Momentum is a big deal, especially we're dealing with kids here, right? Young men, I should say. They're not calling kids, but point is, emotions are a big part of this game, and so you could see, Winnacunnet's got a little bounce. They're trying to string some passes together because I think all of them are saying, yeah, we can do this. We can score goals on Bedford.
Little hope, little faith, gets that energy level higher, and now you're seeing the Warriors trying to link some passes and applying some pressure on this defense. As we tick under 15 to go in this game, 4-1 is your lead. The Bulldogs ahead by 3 with a somewhat odd goal as Granger turned his back. Brannigan drilled it right into his back, and it trickled into the goal. As that is how the Bedford defense has yielded that one.
Yeah, in time, presuming Bedford will clinch this game, that's when we go up to Brannigan and say, what were you thinking, my friend? And he'll laugh it off. He'll know that it was a mistake, but it was a mistake made at a time where you could afford one. And so nothing to worry about there, young Tucker. It happens to the best of them.
Near side throw for the Warriors. Looks like they're lining up for a big throw into the box. Nate Dillon comes to the near side. Approaches, keeps both feet on the ground, gets it into the box. Headed on, and coming off his line is Heiser. Getting high, getting the knee high, protecting himself and cradling that ball away from harm. Throws it out to that far side.
Yeah, we have seen the field tilt a little bit in the Winnacunnet direction. They've gotten a couple nice bouncing balls into the box, and obviously the goal. We'll see. Dom Urich has come back in. I think Coach Pepper, Coach Diaz wanted to make sure that there is no lapse and no more momentum and tilting of the field to close this out.
Good service there by the Warriors into the box. I believe that was Dillon on that far side, but Logan Tennant is there with the head to keep it out of harm's way. Ranging down that left wing again, Dillon earns a throw, trips up, almost has a bit of trouble there. He'll take a second to recover.
Yeah, glad to see he's okay. These young boys are young and flexible. I think he got his cleat stuck in the ground as he was spinning, so glad to see him okay, walk away from that one.
I would have thrown out my back and been out for 2 weeks right there.
Oh yeah, that is straight. Do not pass go, straight to emergency care.
See the chiropractor after that one. Ball played forward. Howley with a header. Mirza tries to play forward to Shera. Oof, looked like an offside position, but he comes back. Tries some fancy footwork to get around the Warrior defender. Foiled there, though. Tennant forward, tries to play out to the near side left, but nobody's there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and one thing, the Bulldogs have played a really nice game, but as we see here, a little bit sloppy, but we also don't necessarily see the midfielders fully tracking back to make sure that Bedford has more defenders than offenders. And Winnacunnet is kind of getting either, even man, kind of 3-on-3 opportunities or sometimes 3-on-2, and Bedford just cannot let that happen here in the waning minutes of this game.
4-1 your score. Teixeira, Mirza with 2, and Cotnoir, your goal scorers. Heiser looking to avoid the same fate as Brannigan, gets it near side.
Yeah, nice footwork there. Goalies, sometimes you say they play in the goal for a reason. Heiser in harm's way, but able to get it out. Really nice pass. And we see Urick down the left-hand side, getting a corner.
Dom Urick with some fancy footwork, tried to get to his right foot. It's deflected out over the end line for a corner. 11 minutes to go in this game as the Bulldogs look to advance to Saturday. Again, it's looking like it will be the Londonderry Lancers. They were ahead 3-1 at last check, I believe, and I'll check the score again just to ensure, but I believe the Bulldogs had a 0-0 tie against the Lancers earlier this season, and that is not the case. They beat them 3-0. That was back on September 18th. It was Goffstown, I was thinking, was the 0-0 tie. The Bulldogs defeated Londonderry in that first matchup, again, midway through September. So that will be likely the 2-7 matchup in the quarterfinal round on Saturday. Game time tentatively at noon. Bulldogs seeing if they can pop one more through here in the last 10 minutes of play. Harrington there tried to range forward. Dillon now on that left side. Great job coming back for that. Looked like that was Gavin Odell back there on that right D wing, getting a foot in, deflecting that threat over the end line. They do yield a corner kick for the Warriors, but great defensive play there by Odell.
Yeah, really nice play one-on-one, but again, Winnacunnet finding a 3-on-3, which you would not expect at this point in the game. Bedford's defense, look to see, hopefully, the Bedford coaching staff start to put a few more folks back to make sure that we have some true kind of sweepers, sweeping up issues, and not letting runners through in Winnacunnet.
Granger off the pipe. The Warriors, many threats here. Can't take advantage, as it looked like it was going high, but it glanced off the crossbar. And as you said, multiple Warriors in the area, not nearly as many Bulldogs as you might think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you know, it is the playoffs. This is potentially the last game that this Winnacunnet team is going to play, and so I think they recognize it. That's what a little bit of desperation will do, is it creates some intensity and creates some chaos. And Bedford very lucky to walk away with a corner kick, or excuse me, a goal kick out of their end here. But they got to clean this up. Is the last 8 minutes or so, 8.5 minutes, goals can come and the intensity can go up. They need to make sure they stop this. They quell this uprising right away.
See Sully Duffy coming well out of his cage, probably looking to move forward where possible to see how many numbers they can move forward, how much pressure they can apply on this defense. And now the Bulldogs looking with better numbers. Granger tries to get a cross in. Harrington tries to shield it out. Odell there to sweep it up and out. And again, some tense moments there as that ball was trickling on the end line and not quite going out as quickly as Harrington wanted it to. Served in here by Ethan Roy. Glancing back, and Heiser scoops it up.
Excuse me, you heard me holding my breath.
Yeah.
Again, we talked about before, hallmarks of some of these goals in high school soccer are bouncing balls in the box. And that is, again, another one where it bounced, someone on Winnacunnet got a foot on it, and it started going towards the Bedford goal. And that just can't be acceptable. Got to get that ball out without a bounce and with force.
You're not taking touches there. You're looking to clear it as far away as possible if you're those Bedford defenders. Looked like it might have been Harrington and possibly off a back heel there. Service in for the Warriors, just a touch strong. Jake McLaughlin, I believe, on the service in for the Warriors, who was checked in.
Yeah, you are right. I mean, as much as Bedford likes to play that, you know, really pristine passing game, this is more, again, to bring up something that these young gents don't understand, but you and I do. This is more like after-work kickball. You want home runs, and you want the ball out of the field of play, and I think that's what Bedford needs to get out of this.
Here's a nice little right-footed outside of his foot touch to Teixeira, just a little out of his strike zone. That ball goes wide and over for a goal kick as we get to the 6-minute mark here in this game. 4-1 your score. Again, goals by Teixeira to start things, 2 by Mirza, 1 on a rebound out in front, another on a PK. And then cleaning things up, Jeff Cotnoir, the senior, getting a goal here with 17 or so left in this game. Teixeira, back heel, near side, Santerre. Keeps it in. Maybe doesn't keep it in. They'll call a goal kick. Oh, actually, no, I believe it's offside.
Offsides.
Yeah, there it is.
I think the right term for that play was cheeky by Teixeira. Very nice back heel.
What are you, a Brit now?
I don't know, you know, just trying, looking at
cheeky, bunky.
Trying to look at my options. I will say, going back to after school or after work recreation, Corey Munstertiger, my running mate, was quite the softball player.
Oh boy!
In Moorestown, New Jersey. Still talk about him in the hallowed halls of
Yikes.
Martin.
Softball, man. I thought it was basketball, honestly. That would be softball. I'll take credit for softball, though.
Yeah, you were okay at basketball, too.
Branston Lark trying to run onto that for the Warriors. Harrington has it scoot by him. Dillon challenges Heiser, and there you go. That's the clearance from the end line. Again, the Warriors keeping faith alive, trying to see what they can do to pop another one here in this last 5 minutes. The clock has stopped. They do keep the remaining 5 minutes on the field for the officials. And the Bulldogs, despite being up 3, have looked somewhat sloppy in this last 10 minutes or so of play.
Yeah, they've been fortunate to get away with only the 1 goal scored against them. And they're running hard. They're playing hard. Again, they're playing a Winnacunnet team that understands that this is their mortality in this instance of their soccer season. So sometimes you get this type of thing in the end of a game. And, Bedford, it's a good learning experience, too, as they look forward. The intensity definitely ratchets up at the end of these games when teams are playing for their season.
Waning moments here. We'll review a few upcoming broadcasts for BC TV. Again, the girls soccer quarterfinal will be on Friday at 3 p.m. The Bedford squad will take on the Goffstown Grizzlies as Mirza tries to get forward again and pop through on the Hattie. That soccer quarterfinal for the girls on Friday at 3 p.m. will precede the football team playing their last regular season game against the Keene Blackbirds, who will be visiting. That kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. And it does look like with a 4-1 lead here and under 5 to go, the boys soccer team will advance to the quarterfinal. That will be on Saturday at noon here at Bedford High School. BCTV squad will be back. Jay, are you going to be back here with me in the booth? Ooh, beautiful shot there. Glanced off a defender in front. Duffy again with that left hand. Beautiful save.
Yeah, really nice goalkeeping. And yes, I think I will be. I signed a 4-game contract with BCTV, so I believe I will have the opportunity and pleasure to broadcast the next game here.
Beautiful. They don't contract with me anymore. I'm not sure what happened with that, but maybe it's a game-to-game kind of thing, and I should be on the hot seat here. Who knows? See the replay here. Teixeira inside, outside. It glanced off the defender, and Duffy diving save to his left. Beautiful job to get the hand on it.
Yeah, what a game for Duffy. Despite the score, just fantastic play.
Odell gets tripped up here. There'll be a foul. We also want to make sure we mention the Field Hockey Championship. The Bulldogs, the number 2 seed, will take on the Keene Blackbirds Saturday, 11-1. That will be at 7 p.m. That will be on tape delay. Punt forward there. Teixeira back onto it, gets possession. Avoids a defender, and now a second. Protects his ankles. The Warriors will clear it forward. Before we end the broadcast, we just want to take a moment again to thank the underwriters. We'll take a second to do that, though, as the Warriors putting together a threat We at BCTV and WNH would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Great New Hampshire Restaurants, T-Bones, and the Copper Door. As the Warriors have a corner getting forward. Duffy looking to player of the game, heads it in as a goal. Unbelievable.
They pulled the goalie.
They did pull the goalie, and it ends in a goal. 4-2 is your score. Duffy, very impressive as the senior captain goalkeeper not only kicks it a mile, but also will head it into the goal. Unbelievable on the replay, as you saw there. Had 2 opportunities on it. Heiser came up with the save at first, but Duffy persistent and comes away with a goal. Amazing.
Yeah, that'll make you smile regardless of what team you were rooting for. Duffy, just very persistent, very athletic kid for sure, was able to make that happen. Great to see him. And the sprint with the ball from the goal down. Good final way to cap this season for Winnacunnet, something to smile about.
We've seen Trevor Abendroth is checked into the squad here for the Bulldogs, getting some time at midfield. We know that time is being held down on the field. We're back to that awkward 2-goal margin. 4-2 is your score after Duffy comes the length of the field in his teal jersey. Doesn't match the whites because he's a goalkeeper. He's not supposed to match. Gets the header on the corner. And now the Warriors again, more pressure here in these waning moments.
That could be actually proof that the other teams are listening to our broadcast, the whole pull the goalie thing. I think we're getting a following, Corey.
Have a little tablet on the sideline. Maybe they're doing some reviews. Duffy again, way out of his goal, clears off a threat here. And now we're going to hear 3 whistles. That'll do it. The referees have blown 3, signifying the end of the game. The Bulldogs come away with a 4-2 victory in this first round playoff game. They will advance to the quarterfinal on Saturday. Again, the last score we saw in that in the Londonderry Manchester Memorial was Londonderry ahead 3-1, so the Bulldogs will likely face the Lancers on Saturday. Jay, closing thoughts here in this 4-2 victory for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, to be honest, a lot of really great things that Bedford did, some things they can clean up, but sometimes first round of the playoffs, you want to see the intensity. So as the intensity went up from the other team, saw a few things they could work on. However, it's good to see him here when you have a 4-1 lead, turns into 4-2. And Mr. Duffy, Sully Duffy, he was a star here today for the opposing team. We're going to see some harder competition, but really happy with how Bedford closed out this game, got to get some people through, some other non-starters onto the field. I think it bodes well for their next round game.
Duffy, an all-star back there, a hammer of a leg, some phenomenal saves, and ends up with a goal late. Goal scorers tonight, Teixeira with 1, Mirza with 2, Cotnoir wrapping up the scoring for the Bulldogs, Granger with a fluky goal on a deflection, and Duffy ranging forward as the goalkeeper gets the second goal for Winnacunnet. Final score here, 4-2. We want to thank the BCTV crew, Bill Jennings on camera, freezing his tush off upstairs. Andrew Fenn back in the studio providing us replays and management. We see that some replays from the game. Again, thanks to everybody. Have a great night. Good luck to the Bulldogs as we will broadcast that quarterfinal game on Saturday. Coach Pepper has a couple days to prep for that one. So for now, for Jay Abendroth, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger here for the BCTV crew. Thanks again. Have a great night. We'll see you on our next broadcast.